Now we will be talking about the more onto the your enterprise risk management first of all. Okay, so we all know that there are different kind of the this is the ERM. So where in the CCAK you were saying that things are going to be different. Now in the enterprise risk management, when we are talking about, so there are going to be the different risk management framework that can be utilized by the organization. Now organization have to develop a risk profile. Okay, what they have to do, they have to develop a risk profile that will be defining the appetite and the tolerance over here. Now, okay, I think because you're working with these two things, so if we have to define this, whole scenario, so you have added one more point, which is the risk capacity, which is the ultimate goal. So, we cannot go beyond this thing. We cannot cross this border, right? Now, if we will be saying that appetite, it is simply the which is allowing any organization to, I would say, understand that which risk they are able to get involved with, on which risk I can go ahead and involve myself into the, my organization into the, and tolerance will be allowing us to measure the kind of the uh, level of the risk that we are involved in. So the we have decided on which risk we can involve with, and on the which we have selected what in the tolerance what we are allowed. Tolerance is allowing us to measure the level of the risk that we are involved in. So overall compilation of the appetite and the tolerance would equal an organization profile, or the profile that could exist in the different part of the business as they appear to be critical, right? So all those for critical ones, we are going to define these appetites and the tolerance over here. And we will be looking into the two framework moving ahead. One is going to be your NIST Special Publication 837, which is Risk Management Framework. Okay, and second ISO 31000, which is Risk Management Guidelines only, right? These two we will be looking for. Okay. Now, when we will be jumping into the risk management framework, and if I am right, maybe not. So 2018 is still there, or it has been updated with the DIS. And I think they're in the plan, they are showing in the plan like 31,000 DIS, something like that, in the which will be follow up after this work. So the two are going to be in there, and I think usually the time limit for or the time frame for one framework is around 5 years, right? We will be then going ahead with the NIST Special Publication 837, which is Risk Management Framework, and we have different method to go through a process flow in order to able to manage risk within the organization. So I have just tried to summarize the points that what we can have over there, the whole process flow. So first we start with something like the categorizing the system and the information process is stored and transmitted by the system based on the analysis of the what will be the impact of loss. So we are just trying to go ahead and reach that what could be the critical systems for us, right? Very important for the business. Okay, so we can start categorizing our systems, the base of the that kind of the data that they are storing, the method of how they are processing, stored, how they are transmitting the system. What will be the impact if these things are being lost? What will be the impact of things over there? Now, after this, it is going to be followed by the number of steps, which include your initial security baseline. Okay, these would be the composite of all the control of the system and categorizing those controls as well. That what could be baseline selection. It's simple term like baseline is giving you the idea. Now I have divided them, and now my critical and my other resources, what kind of the security controls and everything that they are required. Right, so you start categorizing the controls as well, compensating control, primary controls that is required, and everything. Then you would be going and looking at the actual control implementation. Okay, these are these are the employed control in the system and its environment during the operation. And then there is going to be the assessment of those controls that you have put over there to determine if those controls are implemented correctly and if they are operating as they were supposed to. If they were supposed to work, if I have applied a very simple one, a firewall, is it able to block any unnecessary traffic that is coming from the particular outsider? Or like a very simple thing to handle the DOS. Okay, I know others that you have worked with this one. So if you have worked with the Cisco routers, Cisco devices, so there is one thing there which an interface which is called the null zero, right? Which we use for the technique which is called the black hole, right? So we have two things, black hole and the sinkhole, right? So we are using it as a black hole. So whatever is coming, just go to just go and simply drop that particular whole traffic, no response to them and whatsoever. So that kind of a thing. So here, if you have either the firewall deployed in the cloud, so we cannot have that null zero interface in there, but in the cloud, if you have deployed the firewall, is it able to block your all the unnecessary traffic onto the particular part or not? Is it working as it's supposed to be or not? So we are just assessing them over there. And finally, there would be your you know not finally, sorry, there is also fifth one step, which is the system authorization, authorizing the system or common control based on the determination that the risk to the organization, operation and asset, and even the individual, what is acceptable. Okay, and that would be done by the authority bodies. So whatever the to whom okay, particular user, how they should be given the role, and which access they should be given, particular system and their authorization. So these things we have to define, that this system is allowed to interact with the others or not, or what things should be applied over there in the organization that we will be working with over there. Then finally, there would be the deployment management that is going to going through the full life cycle of efficacy and the operation of the control, right? That how much efficient it is, how it is working right now, and what are the aspects, do we need to update it in the future and all that kind of thing. If some better solution is there or better version is there, do we need to retire this thing over there? So keeping the track of the whole thing regarding over here, that what is happening, that would be your in the part of the your risk management framework over there. And okay, going ahead, we'll be discussing about that, how it is the shared responsibility over here.